video out, going and having a look at some gremlins at you know, kind of a private yard, sort of. So that just let you know that's the video is about, and this is going to be part one. There will be a part two at some point, but hopefully you guys watch till the end and enjoy.
This is the windshield from our numerous hailstorms here. But he raced this one. Well, I think he raced it up in Livingston first, and then in about 03 or somewhere in there, Acton opened up, and that's when I met him. I was actually racing a 76 Pacer that I put a 500 Cadillac in and turbo 400 and welded up the spider gear so I'd have full posi. Went out and raced it, and it was popping out of the carburetor, and he was about three passes behind me, and we went off away from the grandstands and whatnot, and all the Fords and Chevys and everything were up there on opening day. And he went back there, so I kind of had a spot just near him. There must have been 75 people came out to look at us, because he laid down a 10 with this, and I laid down a 13, 18 with the Pacer, and that crowd of people came out. I didn't know Rumble could go that damn fast. You know?
Well, that's pretty good with a 304.
So,
he must have had it built pretty good.
The Cadillac, there was nothing done to it. It was a low RPM motor, so I was bouncing valves and it was popping through the carburetor. So a friend of mine brought me out some 9mm wires, and we were messing around, put some other plugs in it to see if we could do anything, which I didn't think we could. It was just more of a bet thing. I bet with the Matco toolman that I could have my car ready before he did, and I built mine in 7 days. But I went back out and I'm popping worse through the carburetor, but I had nothing out of the hole, and I had 102 miles an hour at the end. Got back in and looked, and one of my spark plug wires was off. So I went 100 miles an hour with a 7-cylinder Cadillac.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you said he ran a 10 with this.
Yeah, he ran 10 with it. He has ran, I think he's broke 9.
Gotcha.
He always said it was an 8-second car, but I never saw it.
And it was a 304.
No.
No.
It was a big 400 AMC.
Oh, the 401.
That was it?
Yeah, 401.
401,
Yeah, okay.
But he left the numbers on the hood.
Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of, we race Bonneville Salt Flats with our AMX,
nice.
and we used to put our cubic inches on the hood, but then we had a supercharger and a blower, so then we quit doing all that. But
then I got to redo that Merc over there.
so they chopped the top down on this. Can I open the door?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think they open. I think it's a door silent.
Yeah, that door looks pretty, maybe the other door.
Yeah.
I just want to take a peek in the interior.
Yeah, if you open the doors on that 57 Chevy out front,
Yeah, I seen that. You were telling me about that, and I was thinking, yeah, that looks a little rough when we showed up, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's got it.
But I got that and that the 57 delivery that's parked out front there, and 2 other Bel Air 4-doors. In a trade deal.
You must have done the subfloor connectors like that. Yeah, see, Chelsea, this is a drag gremlin. I'll be honest with you, I don't know about the chop top, but it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did he just...
Well, that'll tell you how old it is in the back. Remember, where's the beef?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when that...
Nash can.
Yeah.
We got here like a little go-kart van.
Yeah, that was his pit truck.
Oh. Old Mercury. What is that, a 352, 390?
No, 410.
410, huh.
Yeah, 429 with 390 crank, or backwards.
Oh, okay.
390 with 428 crank.
Lead sled.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this guy didn't have a really custom out like mid-80s purple Chevy truck that was chopped, did he?
No.
Okay. Because I remember there was one for sale for a long time ago.
Yeah, I know who that guy was. He's kind of a tweaker.
He had a lot of stuff for sale, that was for
This is one
sure.
I'm working on for a customer.
Well,
And
you're gonna-
that's the Cadillac suspension that I have to put in a 58 Chevy. But, so I gotta build up the control arm mounts.
Cadillac car?
Yeah, this
Subframe?
was an 05 to 08, I think, C5. But I gotta put that onto the 58 Chevy, and I gotta put a Tesla drivetrain, or a Tesla electric motor between those half shafts.
Oh.
Because the Tesla, fully self-contained, is wider than the 58 car. So I can't get any wheels on it.
I'll grab a few pictures of that. Well, them New Zealand guys are kind of like us, just backwards.
I got 3 or 4 cars in Australia.
I was telling you, we build motor mounts to put LSs in these AMCs, and quite a few guys in Australia, you know, it's got quite a few of them guys really wanting them.
Well, I'm good friends with Rick Moore that's got one of our frames. You ever hear of him?
What was
He
it?
does the Tri-5 chassis with C-Force Corvette suspension on them. He sells them from a bare chassis that you can put the Corvette stuff on, all the way up to a run and roll or turnkey. But the Tri-5 Chevy sit right on those.
Yeah, that's pretty,
It was a clean car to start with. Very clean car to start with. There's one little ding. Well, now I've got a couple more circles, but that's it.
yeah, I was gonna
Body
say.
damage. There and there.
So how hard do you think it's gonna be to get that Tesla drivetrain?
Oh, it's gonna be a son of a bitch, but I'll get it.
You good?
You know,
Were you just gonna put the batteries in the bed?
batteries will be where the back seat was. So I'm gonna redo all the floors and then get everything together there, and then I get it, pull it off, and leave it hanging up in the air and start cutting stuff. But he just kept wanting me to put. You had to have a tail light in the tailgate. I could have put all 3 across and made little bites in the tailgate because these only had 1 light.
Right.
But he had to have one in the tailgate for the Impala.
Right.
So that
Oh,
one's in the
okay.
tailgate.
Yeah, that's
That
pretty
took a
slick
little
right
engineering there. So I got to build body cups around it, you know, and make
there.
it.
Right.
But it will be a show car when I'm done.
Yeah, that's gonna actually look pretty good.
Yeah. Ed
Boy, that
opened-
is some pretty good rust for Montana.
Oh yeah, it came from Connecticut.
Oh.
But there's no rubber left in any of the suspension. I opened this door and it just kind of went whoop.
Yeah, it looks like it's been,
Oh, it's horrible. The skins are all falling off.
man, I mean, that's like paper thin.
Ed said he wanted to take the front 16, 18 inches and just hang it on the wall.
Yeah, just make a
Rat
wall.
rod wall hanger.
Yeah, there was not much left of this guy.
Oh, there's nothing in the floors.
Yeah, how long did it sit around up here from
I
Connecticut?
have no idea. I know Timmy's had it for 12, 15 years.
Yeah, you weren't lying. I don't know how it didn't cave apart when you were getting it on your trailer.
It's got somewhat of a rear end under it.
Well, I'm gonna say the bumper's not even straight enough to re-chrome, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, she's got some rust.
Yeah, he opened this door. He had to open all the doors. Had to see what was inside.
Yeah.
But
Prob-
look at that. Brand new lugs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
That
saw
is-
some studs and lugs
Crazy.
there.
Why? I just gotta ask why.
Yeah, even that bumper's rusted through.
Yeah.
Good lord, that's just the chrome plating left. It looks like one hood ornament might be able to be cleaned, but it's pretty corrody too.
Oh, it's gone.
These are kind of cool to find.
Yeah. I might have 3 of these.
I never liked the box on them though.
No,
they
they
should
didn't look
have
right.
They should have made the box more
I
with
got
the body.
another one that's got the short box, and I got brand new rear glass fenders for it. Did you know these had the same front clip as a car?
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. We actually knew a guy that had a couple of the trucks, and he had a car, And he swapped out the front clips off the car. He did all kinds of crazy stuff with
And
it.
this one I got for putting a Mack hood together on a Mack that was used on the Going to Sun Highway. It was a 1916, and it had that triangular looking hood on it. So I actually had to build the entire hood. Came out good, and the guy gave me this for doing that. So
This is a
I about 5,000 labor into this thing, but it's a solid car.
what is it?
55 Packard.
Well, it's a
Packard
pack.
Clipper Super Panama hardtop.
That's a
So the Packard Clipper was the lowest of the Packard line, and the Panama was the highest of the low line. Something like that.
gotcha.
And the cousin, that one there, that other pink Packard, that's got torsion suspension in it. So it's like a starter motor in the middle, and it adjusts torsion bars for a smooth ride.
What is that, a Jeepster?
Yeah. They put a cab on it so they could use it in the wintertime up in Muscle Shell.
Why would you do that to a Jeepster?
Well, farmers do well.
Oh, I know, they do all kinds of
It was
crazy
necessity
things.
more than it was probably done in the 50s. And then the body and that back hatch are 57 Chevy wagon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, look, it's gas welded, but for doing it 70 years ago, that's not a real bad job.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they just wanted it done, so they had a cab. They didn't.
Yeah, well, these never came with,
I don't even know if they had car shows back in those days.
I don't think so. Yeah. They came with the cloth top, all the gypsters did.
And you got another Studebaker.
Yeah, that one I took the top out of. It was that sliding roof, and I was going to put it in that rat rod that had the pictures on the wall in there.
Oh,
But I was in there all crouched down and everything. I thought, well, having a sliding roof and this would be cool. And I was crouched down, hitting my head and shoulders and going, nah, we'll leave the top wide open.
you know, they had some supercharged. I think it was the presidential Hawks, but remember they had some supercharged
I got one of
Studebaker.
those inside the building here.
Oh.
Can't see it, it's buried.
Well, there's what's left of a Dodge or a Plymouth,
No,
huh?
those are overload whippets.
Oh, these are actually Whippets.
Yep.
So yeah, before they were Willies.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's one more over there.
There's a guy on YouTube in North Carolina I used to watch, and he had a Whippet he was trying to get going.
I'm going to drag race this one. It's got about 400 horse.
This van here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and right now this is the gas pedal.
choke cable. Just a, what is it? Just a 350 or is that 383 or?
No, it's a 350, but it's
Okay.
pretty snotty. It's 9-to-1 flats.
Yeah.
And I made
Got the doghouse all built
Yeah.
for it.
yeah, and I had to file the ends of the. I had to rebore it because I was going to put nitrous on it. I gotta have.
Oh, you gotta get your
little-
gaps.
A little
Yeah.
more gap, a little more clearance.
Yeah. Yeah, the last LS motor we done that we did any boost or nitrous. I think we had to run them. It was like 22 thousandths and then 35 thousandths. You had to give yourself quite the
Yeah. so
wiggle
it's-
room there so they didn't
Yeah,
touch.
the top ring end gap I think was 45 ten thousandths or something.
Right, yeah. It's kind of a big, everybody's like, wow, that's a real big gap.
Yeah.
Hey, it sure does beat them touching each other while you're boosting
Yeah.
and breaking pistons. Another
Studebaker motor.
motor, yeah, and they had those iconic yellow valve covers. You weren't going to miss which one that one was.
And that sedan there, that's a coupe. They had chickens in it. See the wire on it?
Oh,
And then this one, that might be next on the line, this Studebaker Conestoga wagon.
yeah. That's kind of a crazy front end. Kind of, that's when they start getting into the real...
they use a lot
Oh,
of
it's got
those
that
in
really gross rear end on it, don't it? The tail lights are all down in like the... Well, this one's not the most terrible looking one.
Talking about farmer eyes earlier, the tank must have went out of this one.
Nash.
Yeah, I think it's Rambler American.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
tank must have went out, so they got a tractor tank in there.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Yep. But this one was going to become, it probably still will become a bracket car. It's got the right size.
Humpback Chevy or something of some sort.
Factory.
Factory. I'm just not very good with the old cars. I try to learn, but I'm only 30. I'm 35, so give me a little bit of slack.
Yeah, no, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. You got yourself quite the collection of it. Is that a boat on a car?
Yeah, I got that at the auction here, 3-4 years ago, and my grandson drove it 75 miles an hour. It's on an Explorer chassis.
Yeah. Holy buckets, you drove this thing that fast?
Well, he's fearless. I wasn't with him. I was
Well,
following him.
She drives that gremlin, used to govern out at 124 and they took it off, so she's done like 140 on the interstate with that death trap.
Yeah, I think that's as fast as I've gone, is about
120 in her gremlin was fast enough.
I had a 70 Nova SF, and it was 568 horsepower at the rear wheels. It was just nuts. And I couldn't drive that thing over 80 miles an hour on the highway. It just had that, it felt like the front end was floating, and it wouldn't steer with the ship.
Right.
Even though it had the 454 in there.
All right, people, well, we got back from the little gremlin area, so like I said, we'll do a second part, and there's more than just one gremlin. We just got a little overwhelmed today, but yeah, unfortunately, you know, when these people call me and tell me these things, you know, they're always calling me because, you know, there's one available, or two, or three, or five. But, yeah, we brought one back with us. We had to. Could not pass up on this one. And we got it for next to nothing. I know I say that all the time, but literally, we got the screamingest, most screaming deal you could ever think of on this car. So I'd like to put out a big thanks to Joe for letting us see all this stuff and, you know, letting me have first pick on this car, and boy, is it a treat. So right off the bat, you might notice it says Levi's on it, and it does say it on both fenders. I have not got to look through this car yet, or look anything over. I literally just threw it on a trailer and dragged it here. So it's also an X, and I think this is like a 72 or 3 model. I'm not entirely sure, but that's right. It is an actual V8 AMC Gremlin, Levi's edition. I don't know if that makes it super more rare. I know the Levi's editions are pretty rare, but I don't know if this one's rare because it's a V8. But what does this all mean? Well, to all of you who buy motor mounts and stuff, I'm always telling you the same thing. I really can't build you motor mounts for a small body factory AMC V8 car because I don't have the cross member and the parts. Well, now I do. So I'm looking in the trunk for the first time with you guys. Like I said, I did not even do anything. Just able to get the deal, grab this car, and scooch it out of there. Looks like, well, I don't know what that top of that dash is for. It's a spare top of a dash. Huh. Oh, that's the glove box. Glove box still. But not for this car. So, you might be seeing this, and you're seeing right. You're also seeing a clutch. And, well, I guess it's missing the clutch pedals, but this is in fact a manual transmission car. That's not some booger hole somebody cut in the floor. So we'll take a look at that in a minute, but I'm glad to see the shifter is here, because do I got a story about the transmission? But not a whole lot left. Yeah, it's missing the seats, but we're heading back up there next weekend to make part 2, and we'll have a lot more time next weekend, so we might be able to remedy that problem. But it definitely has the Levi's door panels in it. Radiator. That looks like a Javelin or AMX. What is that? Or it could be something else too. Cluster. Front drum. The rear drum maybe. Ooh. Hopefully none of these bees are alive in here. That's the part of the shifter. There's not a whole lot on the story of this car or some of the other cars up there, but it did tell me it's been sitting where it was for the last good 20 years. What is this? Customer receipt from Billings, Montana. Oh, what is this? Yeah. Another cluster set. That one goes to 120, so it's better, even though it's all mangled up. Looks like a can of beer, case of beer there. Ooh. What is this? Oh, another shifter. Which, like I said, we'll get to the transmission here in a minute. There's the shifter boot. Looks like a radio. It says Gremlin X on it. Of course, the center thinger's been kicked out. Oh, it's missing the brake pedal and the clutch pedal. I may have to do a little eyeballing for that. Aftermarket speaker. Well, the seat is there in the rear, but nothing fantastic up there. Yeah, the paint is really bizarre on this. In fact, I sort of know where a couple more Levi's Gremlins are, and the other one I know of has got the same problem with the paint. Literally vanished on it from the top. So I don't know if that was just a problem with these years Gremlins, if the paint just disappeared or what. But I'll be the windshield doesn't show to have a crack. Little license plate. Looks like 1991. You know, this could have been, well, no, this is I'm thinking this is a 73 and not a 76. So I said it could have been a one-owner car, but probably not. I'm sure most of you are more excited about what's going on over here. Yep, it's a V8, that's for certain. And at the valve cover, hopefully this is coming out good. Sorry about the light. What does that say? Valve cover says H. So unless they put these valve covers off of a 304 on here, I'm sure this is just a 304. Nothing fancy. I doubt anybody would have went through the time to put a 401 or a 360 in this, and there is no telling why this was parked. I'm sure it's locked up solid though. And I don't think this was an AC car. I don't see any, nope, I don't see any cutouts. I think they go in there, but I don't know. That yellow, excuse me, that yellow AMC has AC in it. I'd have to look at it again. But yeah, I just didn't want to pass it up because I've never seen a V8 gremlin, factory V8 gremlin or small body AMC, so just kind of better get after it. Now, when I looked at this car, we saw the hole and I saw that there's a bell housing on the car, but I didn't see the transmission. Well, as we were dragging it through the field, this was also getting dragged. I guess they took it out and just threw it under the car. I'm pretty sure this is a 3-speed. So, I don't know my transmissions that well, my manual transmissions that well, but I'm willing to bet this is a 3-speed. But I don't know that for sure. You know, it seems to me like I had a Hornet one time, and it had a Ford style 4-speed in it, but I don't think it was different. It's been a long time, but if anybody knows anything, there's the number on there, and then there's a number that you can barely see right there. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure this is a tiny little 3-speed, which is interesting. I would have thought for sure they would have maybe put a 4-speed or something in the V8, but like I said, I don't know. I'm not that smart. It's got the 10-inch front drums on it. It's unfortunately missing the grill. It does have the radiator, we saw that. And there is a bummed out wheel for it, but it's so bummed out that I just kind of put that old rocket style wheel on there just to make it look a little bit better. But like I said, this was the only V8 one, factory V8 one that he had up there. And it does have a booger on the side. But if you guys remember, we have that yellow gremlin. And it's really crunched up over here to a point where I don't even want to mess with it. So I do think from what I remember, the quarter panel on it's actually in good shape. So worst case scenario, there's a few more gremlins up there, so we might be able to get a door skin for it if we need to. The bumper's a little boogered up, but I think we have another bumper for it. Kind of got myself here in a tight spot. Let me bring you guys back. I'm gonna walk around the car. Like I said, I didn't even look to see what year this thing was. Well, it's got an H in it. I'm pretty sure that would be 304 V8. I think that's A3, but I can't tell. Paint E2 GX. I'm guessing that's the Levi's edition. But, well, anyways, like I said, I'm just tickled. I was either get it or let the next guy get it type of thing, and you know, I wasn't going to say no to it. I doubt that's a factory radio. It's under the bucket. Oh, you know what? It seems like one of the doors, I've seen a Levi before, it seems like one of the doors actually had a little Levi basket in it. There's no critters in here. Nope, just somebody's beer case. Alright everybody, well I'm going to try to get this video going and get it uploaded. We'll play with this again sometime. It is missing the rear spoiler, but like I said, the place where I went isn't very far actually, kind of a hidden place. Never would have known that it was out there, but you know, that's how these gremlins are found. They're always hidden behind some wall that no one's ever seen or heard of. And you know, I was tipped off about this guy, and so I got his information and gave him a call. And super nice guy, so. But all right, well, until the next video, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.